Hello everyone, this is HD Quality back with another video. Today we're flying from Sendai to Nagoya in Japan, and we're flying for Peach Aviation on the Airbus A320neo aircraft. This will be one of my first flights in Japan for the series of trips around Asia, and the first thing that we would do in any aircraft is to start up with our preliminary cockpit preparations. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, check that the landing gear lever is down. Okay, both of the engine masters are off and the engine mode selector is at mode norm. Flaps are retracted, ground spoilers all down, parking brake is on. Go up here, check that both batteries are above 25.5 volts, then we can turn both of them on. Go to the flight pad, which is our electronic flight bag for today. Go down here and make sure we're connecting the ground power unit. Now that the ground power unit is connected, what we can go ahead and do is go to the overhead panel and connect the external power. Import the SimBrief data. Go over here and double check. RJSS Sendai to RJGG is Chubu Senshare in Nagoya. Sendai is 1004. Go to the overhead panel and select all the IRS to nav. Let's do an APU fire test. Okay, looks good. APU master switch on and an APU start. Emergency exit lights armed, no smoking goes to auto, seatbelt signs go on. Strobe light auto. Over here we can see that our cruising altitude for today's flight is flight level 380. Go over here and set it to 38,000 feet. And vertical speed will be managed by the autopilot system. While waiting for that, let's also go over here and open the door. Call the jet bridge and the baggage truck. Back here we can see that the APU is pretty active. Now let's double check here that the APU is active and available. We can now go ahead and disconnect the external power, turn it off. Go to the initialization and initialization data request. Okay, there we go, RJSS, RJGG. Go to the initialization and initialization request again. Cost index for today's flight is 5. Cruising altitude is flight level 380, confirmed. Now let's go over to the MCDU menu again, ATSU, AOC menu, and start the boarding. Request the boarding information and start it. Boarding music will start playing. While that's going on, let's go back to the flight plan and then select our departure. Runway 9, Steed 3. There is no Steed 3. We can probably do Steed 4. Arrival at ILS runway 18X, swing M, insert, return. Check for any flight plan discontinuities. Clear. Based on the flight plan, 11,000 pounds of block fuel. So go to the fuel and let's load in about 16,000 for some extra reserves. Boarding is finished, payload's all done. Go back to the initialization and go to the next page and see our ZFW, fuel planning, and then our block is 8.8, confirmed. Go to the performance page and our flaps is going to be set to 1 and our trim is going to be up at 1.8 degrees. CS, so 27. V1 is 132, VR at 133, and V2 at 137. Next phase. Climb, cruise, descent, 1006, 1107. 1107. 26 degrees Celsius in Nagoya. Okay, Landing configuration for today is full flaps. Let's turn all of our fuel pumps. Check our engines with engine fire test. Engine 1. Engine 2. Sounds good to me. Turn on the APU bleed. Enable the beacon and the nav and logo lights. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead and lock the cockpit doors. So that's locked. All doors are closed, confirmed. We did both of the engine fire tests already. Set mode to ignition start. Master 2 on.
ただいまから非常用設備をご案内します。客室乗務員をご覧ください。音楽やビデオをお楽しみのお客様、大切なご案内です。3分ほど客室乗務員にご注目ください。Ladies and gentlemen, we will now demonstrate the use of emergency equipment of this aircraft. We ask that passengers enjoy music and movies. Please stay safe with attention to the cabin attendant. 手荷物は座席の上の物入れ、または前の座席の下にお入れください。離陸・着陸の時は座席のリクライニングとテーブルを元の位置にお戻しください。また座席にお座りの時はシートベルトは緩みの
Now that engine 2 has started, let's start up engine 1. Engine master 1 on. Setting the parking brake.
Parking brake set. See you at the side. Have a good flight. Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
マスクを顔に強く引き寄せ、鼻と口に当て、ゴム紐を頭にかけてお伝えください。ゴム紐の端を引くと長さが調節ができます。
Let's go up to the top here in the overhead panel and change the nose light to taxi. Also down here, we'll set the flaps to takeoff position, which is flaps 1. We'll also arm the spoilers. Engine 1 has now stabilized. Set the engine mode selector back to norm. Now let's start taxiing to runway 9 by spooling up the engines a little bit so we can get a move on after releasing our parking brake. Let's also go ahead and turn off the APU bleed and turn off the APU. Turn the wind shear on. Yes, you better move out of the way, man. This is a pretty well-made freeware airport, in my opinion.
安全の仕上げが座席ポケットにありますのでご覧ください。何かご質問がありましたらお尋ねください。For details, please refer to the cabin safety card in your seat pocket. If you have any questions, please contact the cabin attendant. Thank you.
Also, let's start the chronometer.
安全点検を行います。シートベルトの金具を見せていただくと損切りに。
Take a right turn. We're about to reach runway 9. Let's put the auto brake to max. Takeoff configuration test. Takeoff config is normal. Go to status page normal. Go up here. Change nose to takeoff. Landing lights go on. Crew supply on. Cabin check. Forward. Aft. Cabin is ready. Release parking brake and let's taxi onto the runway. Spool up engines. rotate. Pause the rate gear up. Lever back to climb. Autopilot engage. TCAS on. TARA. S speed flaps up. Spoilers disarm. Passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights go off. Nose lights off. Double check that spoilers are disarmed and flaps are up. Now holding at 290 knots. Now let's pull this into standard. We're almost reaching 30,000 feet. We've reached flight level 380. Seatbelt signs go off. Now we're about to reach our next altitude, 28,000 feet, right? Selected airspeed mode, bring this down to 240 knots. Turn the seatbelt signs on, go down to 5,000 feet, and vertical speed down. We set to ILS 36 from swings, CBE, insert. We're definitely going to land on runway 36 now. We don't have options. We've reached the transition altitude. Back to the selection of the barometric pressure. Should be 1006 for this local airport. Reach the point of swing. Expected time of arrival is UTC 7:30. Now going down to 6,000 feet so that we can slow down. So the airport is within 25 nautical miles of our radius. It looks to be raining a little bit also. But we'll just have to see what the issue is. Wow, the terrain looks very nice over here. Also a bridge over there. Next notch of flaps. Up a little bit. Turn. Stay in line with this. Landing gear goes down. Don't follow the flight director for LS. Downwards. Spoilers armed. Cabin, forward, and aft. That's next point, 15. Lower speeds. Down. We have to catch the glide slope again. Okay, back on the glide slope. (136) down. Two red, two white.
(500)
To the right a little bit.
400.
Too low, too low.
300.
Okay.
(200) 100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 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 Retard.
Reversers. Manual brakes. That was a nice landing. Set the parking brake, go to the overhead panel, master switch and start for the APU. Landing lights go off, retract the flaps, spoilers disarmed. very nice airport though. We'll go to this gate right here, gate 2. A320 is very near. Okay, parking brakes set, APUs available, engines go off, taxi lights off, landing lights retract, wing off, beacon off, nav and logo off, emergency lights off, seatbelt signs go off. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Please comment down below where you'd like to see me fly next. And as always, stay safe.